Today's video we're going to be doing a 90-degree bend and an offset in steel conduit without a running coupler. Got a fixed back box on this wall and a fixed back box on this wall. So we've got 570mm off that wall and just shy of 400mm from that wall. So cut yourself 1100mm of 20mm steel conduit. So our conduit wants to set out from the wall to a minimum of 50mm. But we're using distance saddles, so we need to take off 6mm from that 50mm measurement. So from one end, mark 150mm. Line that 150 mark up with the very start of the former. So the first set only wants to be set at about 30 degrees. So that 30 degrees hasn't got to be bang on, but I've got a good way of giving you an indication for how much you have set it. So grab yourself an offcut and butt it up to the piece that we've just bent. So by using a set square, we can see that that would be 45 degrees. So if my set was running parallel to that set square, I know I've bent it to 45 degrees, which is going to be too much. So those of you who've seen my videos before know that I like to use a bench, but if you haven't got a bench where you're working, 2 lines on the floor will do just as well. So I'll take that 50mm, take off 6, so I'm left with 44mm. I'm just going to draw a horizontal line on this workbench. Next step, line your conduit up with that pencil mark. When your conduit is in place, we're going to put a line on the underside of that conduit, directly in line with the edge of the bench, or if you're using the floor, the edge of your second line. Now don't worry about that line being like that, because we're going to use it to our advantage. So I've left the bending arm up just for a bit of clarity so you can see. But that pen mark is running as if it's going to follow the line of that former. So before I do my second bend, I want to make sure my conduit is going straight into the vise, and that green pen mark is running down the back of the former. It's always worth coming to have a look from side on how your bends are looking. It's easier to put some into a bend than it is to take some out. Now, using either your pencil lines on the floor or the edge of your bench, run your double set up the one side and you should be running parallel to that pencil mark. Now we've got the offset done, all we're going to do is a back of the bend measurement similar to the one we've done a couple of videos ago. So it should be nice and straight looking down the offset, and the 90-degree bend should sit flush. Hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it works for you. Get practicing that set if you've got any assessments coming up. Drop me a message if you need to and I'll try and help you out as much as I can. Cheers.